Hello. Alright, here we are. Welcome to Warbound Battle Stream. We're having a look at the Senate of Lothlorien versus the Birds of Hermes, led by Griffon. Griffon versus Gibby tonight, the two Gs. I'm joined by Scar. Hello, Scar.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No, all good, all good. I'm hoping we'll get. Well, I know Gibby has confirmed to me that we'll get streamer when it actually begins. So now we just
Perfect.
have to enjoy this this vantage point.
Love it, yeah. Now it's promising to be a good match, I believe. Both teams looking quite strong on paper, really. I do believe that there's some players still missing for Birds of Hermes. Toy, for example, who's had a really good match in the previous week. Earsman as well. Some others have turned up last second. We were already discussing that Mikael might potentially be missing one of their key cav.
Yeah, he's a big player for
yeah.
them. I think he'll be a big player in this match overall, just because he's probably one of the best cav here, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. He also had a really strong performance throughout the WNL 7. Racked up over like, I think, 100 goals, so pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah, they did pretty well actually, Birds of Hermes in the end. They're a bit inconsistent, I think, in the WNL, but when things were going for them, they stayed in the division, which was like an achievement in itself, I guess. But they did well, and I think Mikael was a big part of that.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I think at the start, really, Birds of Hermes just needed some time to find themselves. They were a team just completely newly formed for that tournament, and I think it always takes some time to really adjust and get going. But I feel like the longer the tournament went on, the more they found really their all sort of play style and then had better results.
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of experienced players. We're going live now. They've got some really experienced players. But it's a bit of a weird mix of people, right? It's got some CIS players. Max has
Yeah,
joined them for this one. I'm not sure he was there before. And then you've got like Meldo, Erelak from Turkey. Zazu is he Welsh? I think.
I think, yeah, I think he is.
So a real big kind of cool mix of players, which is fun. They've got the wrong starting gold, so they're gonna have to give that a restart.
Going back to old times. But yeah, as you said, I think in some cases it's really surprising, but I feel like that's just really because some of these players have been playing together in previous tournaments, and then that's always how teams are formed in WoW. And I feel like one person knows another good player, and then they bring him to the team, and that's kind of how that goes, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. So class setups at the moment, we've got Birds of Hermes. I've got 2 imp, 3 archers. 3 archers, perhaps not surprising, given how many good archers they got in their team, and 3 cavalry: Parkovich, Meldo, and Mikalir. And then
Yeah,
Lothlorien got 2 infantry. So so they got 4 cav: Hippolytus, Walter, Mandingo, and Gibby. Gibby playing cav. He's very accomplished at that these days. And then finishing them off that with Yona and Pepper, so a very experienced archer squad on both sides.
definitely, yeah. That's sounding deadly, Yon and Pepper. I feel like the setups for both teams had to be expected, really. Vegas, the strong suit has always been Rangers, and especially on this map, we have a lot of open, flat areas that is really tough for infantry to really cross. I think 3 archers makes sense.
So, but the Birds of Hermes kind of approaching from this right flank, and I mean they've got a good flag spawn for them, haven't they, the Senate?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like out of the 3 flag spawns, this one is the hardest to really take for Vegas.
This is rough.
It's a lot more closed, yeah, and they're just gonna have to push up here onto the spawn. It's gonna be difficult for them.
Zazu's pretty much dead. He's been shot once from that archer down there. But they're kind of shutting it down now, though Meldo's been dismounted. Goes down there. This fight, it's important they win this fight. Erlak gets a kill back. It's back and forth. Let's see what they do. Nice bump stab there by Gibby. Fight's kind of broken apart here. Mikkel is just behind them, but he's in a bit of a rubbish spot. Parkovich goes down, and the fight breaks off again, and I don't think that's good for Hermes. I think they needed another kill out of that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel they just completely like lost the initiative in that fight. Now it's kind of reset. They're gonna have to push in again, and usually, like as just happened, you take some damage doing that. It's gonna be a tough round for them now.
Yeah, pretty rough this.
They still have, I believe, all 3 rangers.
3 archers
shooting.
are up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just dying there one by one. They're just they're stuck together. I mean, Erelak and Balglia are right next to each other. Oh, Balglia wasn't playing that, but he was playing Archer. That's interesting. So Balglia, a bit of a
It is,
multi-class,
yeah.
so you can kind of play a bit of everything. We were saying
They
you
have
play Archer, but they've got
They have
so many. Yeah.
so many archers. Yeah.
I mean, they
Literally,
have like you were saying,
80% of the team could be playing archer, really.
like good archers as well, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly,
they don't
exactly.
even have Toy. They haven't even got Erzman here. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's just Griffin and Archer recruiting lots of archers, I suppose.
Loads of teams would be happy to have one or two of these players. They have like 8 good archers or something.
Mikhail making a getaway, kind of worth it. He can get that Javs into the next round.
Yeah, no point dying, I guess.
Don't think they'll get tanked at all. The infantry. Oh, okay, no. So Hrod has actually got he's got mail,
Yep.
and both of the archers actually have mail as well. Do you think that'll make a big difference, or are the Vegas just going for headshots anyway?
I think really like if they land the headshots, the info are gonna struggle anyway. But I feel like what is even bigger might be the tank up on the North Cav. 3 of the Cav have picked up the leather armor instead of the really crap blue one. Usually that means that you can tank at least one more shot. I think that might actually make a difference for the next fight.
Yeah, definitely. It makes a huge difference because you need those quick kills as Vegas. I think in this fight, if it's going to last a while, the Javs are going to do so much damage.
Exactly, yeah.
Here we go. Hippo, formerly of the Bro clan. A bit of a mishmash of people, rather should I say, but mainly UK led, and Hippo, another UK player.
Yep. It's good to see him back. I don't think he was playing in the previous tournament. It's good to have him back.
Looks like the Senate Cav are kind of grouping up, ready for a fight, and Bo are just kind of sticking to that outside, trying to avoid getting caught. I'd say this was a bit better for the Vegas, right?
Definitely, yeah. Once you have the hill under control and can look down onto the flag, especially with 3 Regia Rangers, it's gonna be really tough for the Nord infantry to hold that position. But a lot is gonna come down to like the first engagement, really. I feel like the team that engages first with the cavalry and gets maybe 1 or 2 kills on the infantry, they're gonna win the round.
Here comes the Senate Cav kind of circling, sniffing for blood in the water. Walter
Yeah, they
kind
seem
of
ready.
nice kind of pass by Walter. You kind of distract the imp and try and get him to turn around so they get blasted. Oh, lovely shot though. He's hanging around a little bit too much there. Gibby gets reared actually as well, and Zazu with a nice hit, but gets taken out by Mandingo with a lovely couch lance. Erelak gets a kill back. Mandingo's gone down. It's a double kill for Erelak. Fight breaks out. Let's see what they can do. The imp are juking out on the flag. Griffin's here. Fighting Max, and oof, that's great work by the archers for the Birds of Hermes. Griffin gets a nice shot off.
10 and have to
Tough
this fight on the flag soon because there's still the archers looking at him.
Meldo picks up a kill. Gibby, Parkovic dies, but it won't matter very much. It's a lovely double hit aggression, but doesn't pay off as Erelak kills him by accident. Double kill for Meldo in the round.
Yeah, only 2 players remaining now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Why did that happen then?
I feel like really that there was no real like coordinated attack on the flag. I feel like the Senate Cav were just hovering around and sort of waiting for a go, but they never really got it. And then I believe Walter died first, got shot by Erelak, and then just the Birds of Hermes archers were left alone, unchallenged for the whole round, and could just rain down fire onto the Senate players.
Yeah, I think it was Max who picked off. I mean, he's only got 1 kill, but it was an important one because he picked off Pepper, and then it just meant even more archer pressure from Bird of Hermes. I did realise that. Actually, if he'd survived 1 more second, they would have won that round. The Nord flag
was quite close, yeah.
a lot higher.
Less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, could have been close, but Birds of Hermes, they won't care. Won the round, and someone's messed up their archers. I think Erelak forgot to bring arrows because they were shooting him arrows.
Who needs arrows anyway?
Him apparently, because he asked his team to shoot them.
Alright, flag from first round again.
Yeah, so I mean, do you think they'll try a different approach this time, the Birds of Hermes, or what?
I would like them to do that because I feel like the approach they took in the first round, pushing from the left side, it was. I'm not sure if that's really useful for the 3 rangers. I think if they push from the right side, there was a lot more open space for them to make use for the rangers. But it seems like they're gonna attack from the same side again.
I
See
don't
how
know.
it
They
plays
are
out.
sending, so they're sending Balgley around on that other side this time, which I think is
Yeah.
a good idea, like you say, because they need to find position for the archers. This guy though, Pepper, he's in a really awkward spot at the moment.
Definitely, yeah, that's really tough to push that spot.
Yeah, especially with Yona and him have like a really grim crossfire. If any cav are going for each other, then it's going to be pretty horrible. But they are taking this different route this time, so we'll see if this pays off. Caught up in the alley. Griffin takes a big hit there. It's taking a lot of damage.
Flag pressure yet. Still would have time to adjust and set up if they wanted to.
See, cav are getting involved
left on the
over it.
clock. Yeah, some dogfighting.
Oh, Meldo takes out Yona though. A bit silly there. Doesn't matter though.
That
'Cause
might
Griffin
be
goes down and,
really
and
big.
Mats goes down. Gibby, nice pass through and a bit messy there from Bo. They had the kind of spears out and they still got picked off. That's the danger of jabs.
Yeah, 40 seconds left soon.
Nice by Parkovic. Takes out Hippo. Cava flying in there. Gibby's in a dangerous spot. Parkovic double kill there. Takes out Gibby. Walter's down as well. Mikele does go down to Frod. Frod should probably pull back to the flag now. Said he takes a big hit, a big 2 hits. Zazu takes out Pepper. Zazu, he's going to be dangerous. Not dangerous enough for Puff the Dragon, who takes him down. Frog goes down. It's real back and forth. 4v2. Plenty of time here. Bo really need to be winning this round.
15 seconds, yeah. Bit messy in the 2v1s, but yeah, they got it. Yeah, I think like the big turning point of that round was actually Yona getting couched, because as soon as he was down, Senate had lost their crossfire on the flag that won him the first round. And even though they lost 2 of their players early on, right after that initial kill, I feel like they were engaged enough and they could just take it home from there.
Yeah, I think that's bang on the money. I mean, when you lose the archer like that, maybe you need to put your inf there so they can throw jabs and stuff. I don't know, get them caught. Because they're still Nords, right? They got Nord inf.
Yeah, definitely.
So they're not too shabby. So maybe kind of pulling them into there could have worked. But really nice by Meldo, who's now on 6 kills, which is pretty impressive.
He's playing really well, yeah. He's also had a really good first week, I believe, topping the scoreboard for Birds of Hermes.
Pretty nice. Who did they play in the first week?
They faced House Dane.
Okay, so not an easy match. I mean, they got Siegs
Definitely.
and Edric and people like that. Some really good cav.
Yeah. Been stacked up quite a bit, I believe. I think they have largely the same roster from the Division C, but added Siegs and Sebe, or Ida, as he's known now, on top. So it's pretty good team that.
Yeah, pretty
I was quite surprised to see them to take him that comfortably, really.
So I mean, we've seen this is the final flag of the map. I think the Senate are making the right decision, right? They're just sending all their archers. Go take the tower, because it's such an important position, especially against 3 archers.
Yeah, you don't want a Vega archer sit up on that tower really and fight on the flag. That's just horrible. Really, there's no real like cover for the infantry to take. It's just would have been really bad. But I think it's, as you said, the right move to take that tower.
Mikele very aggressive. He's kind of trying to bully these inf. The flag's quite high though, and that pressure is going to force the Senate of Lothlorien onto
yeah, they're
the
gonna
flag.
have to commit soon.
Here they come. Meldo with a pass, doesn't manage to pick up anything. Lovely dismount there. Meldo doing great work. Griffin picks up a kill in that fight, and Zazu's doing some nice spear work. Griffin with a double kill, takes out Gibby as well. Walter goes down. Mandingo brings one back, but that's Meldo. That could be important, but it could be too little too late. Mandingo goes down, and I would say it's too little too late.
Yeah, it looks like Birds of Hermes are just gonna clean this up.
Yep, and they win on flag actually, and some great flag pressure forces the hand of the Senate, and they fall to a 3-1 defeat. Faction imbalance or team imbalance, would you say?
Hard to tell, really. I do feel like that Senate maybe made some mistakes here and there, but overall, I would still say that Vegas is just a lot stronger on this map than Nords, especially Nords who've received some nerfs because of the balance changes we've made for the W7. Might have an even harder time now than in previous tournaments. Yami has done some fantastic work with the statistics there, showing really how that might have sort of influenced the faction balance. But yeah, as you said, Vegas is just really strong. I do believe that taking one round might already be good enough, depending on how well Senate and how cleanly they will play this side.
I mean, it's not a bad map for Norso, is it? I mean, the cav could be really effective. You think there are like areas which are borderline like a closed map, like on that tower,
Yeah.
in these kind of alleys in the streets, and it's only really that flag, this one, in the ice pit.
Is, from my experience, Frosthaven is a really weird map because it's sort of, as you said, it has some really closed areas, but sometimes even feels like you're playing on a closed map actually, and then it has also some really open areas, and it really comes down to where you're fighting. If Nords manage to pull the Vegas into fights in closed areas, they're gonna come out on top. If Vegas, on the other hand, manage to fight in the open areas, the archers in positions where they're actually difficult to push for the cav, tower for example, then it's gonna swing in their favor, I believe. And I think that's kind of what we saw really in the first set.
Do you think Birds of Hermes, will they be taken with the 3 archers still on Nords, or is that just something they did on Vegas?
I think it will come down to really what, like, it's always kind of a big question for commanders whether they want players on their strong classes where they're really comfortable, or if they want to maybe go with a setup they feel is more advantageous than another one, but then maybe have players play classes they're not that comfortable on. I do believe that Birds of Hermes have a lot of players who can multi-class really well, so I do think they might actually just not go for the 3 archers. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, to be honest.
The 2 imp, do you think then?
Yeah. 42 I think they will go for, but I'm not sure.
Mandingo and Puff the Dragon duking it out here. There we go. Second set.
Yeah, let's see what they go for.
Oh.
I do believe if Nords want to win this map, they have to play a lot around their javelins and then actually play close up where they can actually force fights when they want to. If they stay too far away, Vegas can dictate where the fight is going to happen, and Birds of Hermes certainly don't want that.
Yep, so Birds of Hermes have lined up. They've got two archers, 2 infantry and 4 cavalry, so pretty traditional. And then the same setup, so mirrored setups here. No looking at taking an extra archer for the Senate, and Pepper, you absolute
Brutal.
monster.
Wow.
Lovely. It takes out one of their best cavalry, one of their best performance players. Huge from him.
That's a huge kill, yeah, definitely.
We half caught that on stream. Half.
Also really interesting to see that, I think it is Mikele, he went for a saddle horse and went for more armor immediately. But he's gonna dismount and take horse now from Melvin.
Did it on purpose.
Good for him. Yeah, some nice upgrade for him.
Gibby with a bit of smack talk, saying another punk owned after Pepper kills him. He seemed quite confident when I spoke to Gibby before the match. He was joking about his team sandbagging for the last match, and they were gonna show Birds of Hermes a full wrath. So expect to see some big stuff.
They wanted to make the tournament more interesting, yeah. He said. Let's see if he can back it up.
Zazu applying that they're doing really well out of this, just applying flag pressure, and it's really going to force. I mean, they can't wait around for too long. And they're going to have to. They've done nothing to dislodge this crossfire. We'll see. It's going to be pretty awkward. We need to move imminently.
They do need to, yeah. Just standing there, one.
Here they come. So they sent Walter to shut him down, but it doesn't matter because Mandingo's had his head blown off by Mikele. Gibby takes out Balglier there, and that's that crossfire. That's destroyed now.
They have to get onto flag now, otherwise they lose.
They're going to make it. They're going to make it. But they have to win now. They can't get off the flag either, and that doesn't help. Zazu takes up a kill. Zazu then goes down. Puff the Dragon then goes down and kills it back and forth, and they need to stay alive on the flag. Mikele's doing huge work though. Double kill from him, taking out Gibby. It's a big player to kill. And that Cobra, let's see what he can do. Battling away on the flag. Max takes out Hippo there.
Ooh. I'm really surprised to see only one Vega player on the flag at the moment.
And Max picks up the kill. Really nice work from Max. He got a team hit onto Griffin, and he wasn't as careless the second time. Takes out Cobra. Griffin will be happy. They're doing very well.
Definitely, yeah. They're playing really cleanly. I think they know exactly how they want to win the rounds, and they're just playing according to their plan. Senate struggling a bit.
What should they do you think, to mix it up, or is it not as simple as that?
I think from the looks of it, I think they might just be overthinking it a bit. Like they take very long to make decisions and to actually initiate a fight. Maybe they should just like go back to a lot simpler stuff and then just focus on inf-cav coordination and maybe try to win around that way.
It's going to be hard, isn't it? I think when the opposition's applied that much flag pressure, it's really hard. Like, and then you've got to push into a crossfire, or you just have to be you have to be so careful. The margins become so small, and the mistakes you can make.
Definitely, yeah.
Pepper,
So
look at him.
when you hear that clock ticking, really, it becomes a lot more stressful.
In the hawk's nest, stood above, and Pepper. I mean, he can do a lot of work, and they're going to need him to do a lot of work. Here comes Bo. I think they're just going to do what the Senate did. They're pushing all their troops, going to try and take the tower. It'll be interesting to see. Will they contest the tower? It doesn't look like it. The inf are staying put. Yeah, Pepper's going to leg it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision, really.
Yeah, you don't really.
They're
want to
already
fight north.
applying a lot of pressure again. Really, is almost two-thirds up. Pepper's just falling back to the stones. I think that's the right decision.
The Bow Cav, though, they're in a good spot, and actually, here comes Meldo. Can he get anything done? He actually just gets reared sail away and taken out by Gibby. Lovely work by him. Parkovic did cap a kill. Zazu goes down. Looking good for the Senate right now. Griffin goes down. Parkovic goes down. Lovely work by Gibby. Double kill. And he is looking up. Bauger looking down on them from the tower. He can't do anything, though. He's power to stop him. Oh, Mikele. And that's some not great awareness there from this Senate infantry, but it doesn't matter. Pick up the round with that flag pressure again, proving kind of pivotal in this map.
Really good, yeah. I think that really just showed that they just focused on the engagement on the flag, won that easily within like 5 seconds, and then they won the round. Really good play. I think what we've seen generally so far on this map was teams taking a lot of time to really move around the map, and often it turned out that the flag pressure was getting too much for them to handle towards the end of the round. You start playing more panicky, you maybe think you have to force kills or something. That really doesn't work in Warband. You can't force any kills if your opponent doesn't make a mistake.
Is there any players you're looking at particularly? I mean, other than obvious, say like Gibby, for example, on the Senate to do the heavy lifting, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. Yona, I think he's one of the players I've most history going back. Like I think we've played together in army in end of 2010 or 11, and yeah, he's just over the course of the years become a fantastic player. Like definitely one of the best German players of all time, in my opinion. Really experienced. I think that's going to help them a lot. Senate. Then also Pepper, obviously.
That's no good, is it? Yeah, a really silly team kill there. A bit of confusion maybe in the comms, and they're caught out in the open here. This is exactly where the Senate want them, but it doesn't matter. Griffin's doing lovely work as Imp. And Puff the Dragon, he's dead. Fight's kind of breaking out, dogfighting everywhere. Mikele, though, he's always here to pick up a kill. Water brings one back, and 2 archer kills there.
Beautiful shots there.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Pepper,
off, yeah.
double kill there. Yona chipping in, and the archer's just proving too much. And that double kill from Mikele won't matter. Walter picks up Baugle, and he's on the run. Yona.
Yeah, Pepper would have been my second mention for the MVPs for Senate. He's had a fantastic W07. I think he even won a copy of Bannerlord for having the most assists or something like that. I don't recall exactly, but yeah, just a brutal tournament from him. I think he had also well above 100 kills, so yeah, he's definitely a player to look out for.
Yeah, great stuff from him in Division C.
Definitely, yeah.
We'll see. So they're bringing it back. Yeah, they're doing really nice work, and they pick up this round. Then they go into the next map as a draw, and I think, looking at the rosters, Senate will be happy with a draw in this map because their inf roster is pretty stacked.
Yeah, definitely. Gibby, Puff the Dragon, they're gonna be looking to do a lot of work. Cobra has been playing a lot as well. Mandingo should be alright for them in terms of infantry.
So we've got the open flag here on the ice lake. This is meant to be a lake. Actually, it can't be a lake, can it? Well, I guess it can be, but maybe it's meant to be a river. Who knows? Azam will have to tell us.
It's a frozen lake or river. I don't know.
Here comes Yona, and you'd have to say, I mean, this is good for Vegas, right? This flag.
Yeah, definitely. When we saw Birds of Hermes play from that position, they won the round earlier because their archers could just shoot completely uncontestedly. I think the same is going to happen here unless Birds of Hermes actually want to push Senate.
That's a really nasty hill to push. I've had to push that hill many a time as an infantry, and you get all strung out, and you get
there's
headshot.
a lot of places you want to push rather than this one, right? As infantry, like really.
Definitely. Look at them. Look at the two Hermes infantry hugging the tower.
I don't think they even have time to do that anymore, to be honest. The Senate infantry are already raising the flag again, so they can't really afford to step off it anymore.
And Walter's been dismounted, so they've got the extra person on the flag, which actually is probably helpful at this point, because that's the only way they're going to lose. And Yona, lovely work from him. The
really
Senate
good kill.
archers put on an absolute clinic on this set. Oh, nasty though. Hippo gets dismounted. Lucky not to die there. Like breaks out. Meldo comes in, does take him out finally, and Parkovic gets a kill on Puff the Dragon. It's all falling apart here for the Senate. They need kills and they need them now. Ewim, Mikulit getting up kills. Cobra and Pepper dead. And Meldo picks up a kill, and in the snap of her fingers, in the blink of an eye, the round is lost.
Really surprising to see, yeah. I'm not quite sure what went wrong there. Maybe they just lost their cool a bit and wanted to push further than they had to. Really, they went out of sight for their archers, maybe in some situations even.
I mean, Mikkel has been super dominant. He had a really good first set, and this set he's absolutely on fire.
Yeah, seems like he's pulling the weight here, really. Yeah, that's gonna hurt Senate a lot. I think they could have easily won that fight, just judging from their sort of positioning and setup. I think at one point they even had like one infantry of Birds of Hermes playing against 3 Senate infantry. Usually there's not really a way for the Cav to make that much impact in that round, because 3 infantry should be able to really fend off any cavalry coming towards them, and there's only one
Just got
infantry playing against
chaotic,
them.
didn't it, on the flag, I think, and when it gets
Early
chaotic
dismount
and when it's
already.
cav, oh really? Oh,
Yeah,
Mikkel,
Walter gone down.
he's doing great work, Mikkel.
Their Cav is just playing together really well. You see them grouped up a lot of the time, make use of their javelins, go for the early dismounts. Really good stuff there.
Guessing the imp's gone round the side, has it?
Azan just messaged me saying it's a frozen lake.
There you go, it is a lake. For those who are
You
interested.
heard it here first, guys. There you go.
Here comes Gibby. Let's see what he can do. He's going to need a performance from the Captain Fantastic of the Senate. Bo Max has been completely caught out here. He's going to get surrounded. See if the cavalry of Bo can kind of pick up a kill. Oh, no, they can't. Hippo, lovely bump stab. A bump slash rather. Oh, but they've caught out Pepper as well, and they're kind of trading ranges there. And you have to say that favours the Nords a little bit.
Yeah, the fewer archers on the map, better for the infantry, really.
See, and I just think having Baugalier up in that nest is just better than anywhere the Senate can get their archers. Oh, lovely dismount. Maldo goes down already.
Loads of cav coming in.
Yeah, they're really low for Senate guys though. Parkovic kills up Cobra. Puff the Dragon goes down. It's all falling apart again for the Senate, and Baugalier, yep. Meldo, Gibby pulls one back, but unless he can do another one soon, it's too little too late. Mandingo goes down. Parkovic double kill. And the round is over, and the map is over with I wouldn't say a comfortable victory, but a solid victory for Birds of Hermes.
Definitely, considering the faction setup, definitely I would say that's really strong from Birds of Hermes. Across the board, just really solid day, I would say, like commanding wise, player wise, just no big mistakes, no big errors. That's how you win.
Definitely. So, I mean, I don't even know what the factions and that are for the next map. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, next map is going to be Legacy Round Warlocks against Swadia.
Okay, so, I mean, Swadia, right? Consider the longies?
Yeah, it's a tough one, really. Like, when I first saw the setup, I was like, who's going to have the advantage here? Usually, Rodok infantry really strong, especially against Saranid infantry, because Saranid really do take ages to kill any Rodok infantry, and then Rodoks just with the cleavers, brutally high damage weapons. But yeah, as you said, the orcs are really gonna make a big difference, especially on Legacy Town, because that's a really flat map. There's no height difference across the map except for like a few staircases that archers can make use of. So I think it's gonna be a lot easier for the cavalry to support any infantry engagements.
Yeah, I agree. I think the kind of meta has shifted towards having more morning stars, pretty good,
Yep.
pretty good
Yep.
morning stars are, and also having more pikes, right? But I don't know if that. I mean, it didn't appear to translate to a higher win rate for Rodox on closed and mixed match though in the WNL.
Yeah.
But I felt when I was playing them, at least in our matches, Rodox seemed all right. I mean, but the Sats don't lie, I suppose, and they got their heads kicked in a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it comes down to a lot of team play, really. Like, for example, as you said, the pike. I think that's a weapon that really you can't just have one player say, okay, I'm gonna play with the pike. You need to have the whole group of infantry play around that guy with the pike, because on his own he's gonna be really like outmatched in the speed and the melee and stuff. So he's gonna have a hard time if the rest of the team doesn't really help him. Other than that, the Morningstar, I think it's a great weapon, but it's also from my understanding, like when I've spoken to a couple of Cav, it's not the way how you play with it is not really like it's not intuitive. So I think it does need some practice for you to be useful with it. And yeah, I think I'm not sure looking at either team if any of the Cav have much experience with the weapon, but we shall see, I guess.
I'm sure. Well, we must see. I mean, you saw how kind of devastating it was last week when I'm sure everyone here tuned in to the stream, and Watley and that were going absolutely wild. Watley and Norman guy were going absolutely berserk with the Morningstar.
The crush through is just brutal, right? Like as infantry, especially when you're facing off against the cav, you're already having a hard time if you don't have a spear out, and then with the crush through, it becomes even easier in certain situations for the cav.
We'll see. I think that's the one. I mean, they need pikes. I think the Rodox need pikes, or those long haul pikes are going to be really just savage. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I think on this map it's gonna come down again a lot to the engagements. If Rodox can manage to pull off a good clean engagement early on and then actually follow through with it with everyone, try to win the round really early, they're gonna win. But the longer the fight goes on, I think the more advantage Swardia will have, because of the all pikes, the longer the cav stay up, the more chances they have to support any fights.
Right, they're live already. This is what we like to see. What was the score? 6-3?
They won the first set 3-1, right? And then 3-2. So it must be yeah.
Right, sorted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Senate can't afford to lose many more rounds, really. They have to be very cautious now.
Let's see. We've got 4 Imp for Birds of Hermes, 2 Archers and 2 Cav. I love the kind of dedication to this. They play very standard, and obviously I don't love everyone playing standard, but they always try and fit in those extra rangers, and I really like it. It really suggests the team's got kind of an identity and a way they want to play the game. It's always something I admired about teams like Irish Rebels, for example.
Definitely, yeah. When Irish Rebels had like all the really good Polish rangers and constantly played 3 rangers even on very close maps.
Yeah. Just Attila miles away shooting you in the head. It's an absolute nightmare. Like.
Usually you would think, okay, yeah, that's nice. Less infantry to play against, but then you got these brutal beast rangers playing against you, like, oh, would rather play against one more infantry.
Yeah, definitely. They've kind of been shepherded away then. I guess that's the problem with taking the extra crossbows. This kind of big blob of Rodox infantry just kind of moved in and said, "All right, you're not here anymore. Go away. See you later." And I think they'll take this fight because Erelak has actually just run off to try and take a position around the back, so he's not going to be able to support here. Fight breaks out, and this is what the Rodox want. There's a lot of damage getting done here, and the kills are flying in. Griffin, Meldo, Pepper, and Puff the Dragon all go down. Another kill, double kill for Mikalir. Gibby picks up a kill though, and Rod, and that blob of Rodox infantry remains, and it's going to be hard to take him down. Mikalir starts on it though. Mikalir with lovely work.
4 kills. Gibby 4 kills.
Gibby and Mikalir just both absolutely carrying their teams on their backs. It's going to be hard to break them down. I said it would be hard before, but I mean, look how low the Senate are. full minute left to play with as well, and I think the Senate.
What a
Yona, really kind of messy work with the pole arm there. Oh, Rod takes out Mikael though, and
That might have been the winner there.
you think so, because Gibby is going to be pretty hard to match for anyone else left on this server, to be honest.
Definitely.
Gibby picks up the kill, and Gibby 5 kills in the round. I think Mikael probably had 5 kills as well.
Yeah, insane play by both of them.
Yeah,
Gibby and
incredible
Mikael.
stuff there, and Mikael just doing that kind of that arrogant cavalry thing where he's like, I think I can just kill this guy on the floor with a pole arm out, so he just rides in and stabs him in the head. And as if we've all died like that sometimes.
Oh
And
man,
it hurts.
hundreds of times. It does.
Hurts your soul. He's only got a short all pipe there though, so they're messing up the drops trying to sort out their equipment, and your best player not having the best weapon in the game, I mean that's got to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's odd they opted for that, but maybe he actually prefers it. I don't know.
I think must have been a mistake. I think they must have been trying to get some extra armor or something. One of the imp, and he's messed up his build.
Maybe.
It must be that. And here comes
I do believe that he actually played with the shop on the previous round as well.
Oh really? I just wasn't paying attention. There you go. Thanks for that.
I mean, it seemed to work for him, so yeah. Let's see how it goes.
And here they come. I like this by the Senate. I think it's probably a decent way to approach this flag. Aerolak is kind of going to move around back. And where's this other crossbow going to go? They've only
Some
got...
early damage in their dogfighting they have.
Can you see the other crossbow?
I think he's pushed around
Griffin,
the back.
Lovely. And that takes out Gibby. That's huge. Cobra takes out Zad. So both are 2 of the best infantry dead already. Fight breaks out. Pepper picks up a kill. Mikkel here, and all the best players are there now, you'd have to say. Pepper with a double kill. Huge work by him. Meldo pulls one back though. This fight is where it's at though. Griffin with a team kill on Theodoras. You'd have to say that was the final nail in the coffin there. Hepatitis kills Elwyn. Griffin goes down, and they need to drop one of the crossbows, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be really working out for them. I think they're just struggling too much in the melee engagements. It might also be that because of them having only 4 infantry and Brothers having 5, that Pepper, for example, can shoot a lot more uncontestedly than he might have else could have if they had more players to match those numbers.
Yeah, because no one's pressuring him, right? Whereas if you're a Hermes,
yeah, exactly.
if you're a Hermes guy, you're getting pressured and you can't necessarily shoot. And
yeah.
So it's not the amount of archers
like
you have.
His early double was really crucial for the round. When I saw Gibby go down, I was like, oh, this might be tough now for Senate, but they held it together.
Yeah, definitely. And picking up Mikkel is just clearly so important in this match.
Definitely.
Oh, Birds of Hermes getting very aggressive here. Mikkel goes in though. He could get dismounted. Oh, he escapes though, and he's right in behind them. Oh, Pepper kills Gibby though. That's no good at all. Puff brings one back. Takes out Mikkel. It's back and forth here. Let's watch this infight. It's very, very close. Meldo, nice kill. A lovely battle kick there. Owen takes out Pepper, and Zazu goes down as well. It's still back and forth, so close to this match. Meldo goes down. Theodoras goes down. Just swinging in the favour of the Senate now. Only 3 left, but they bring it back. It's 3v2.
Super close.
Nobody wants to win this, and 3v1 now. Griffin on his own. Oof.
Yeah, that should seal the deal, really.
Yeah, that'll be that. Walter with a double kill. Lovely work by him, and really messy there. 3-0 in the end though, and it's 6-6 going into the last
really
round.
tense this match. Good to see that. Yeah. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, Mikkel, I was spectating him for this round. He actually managed to sneak up on Pepper there, but might have been because he only had a short all-pike that he didn't manage to kill him, even though Pepper only had like a leather armor. So yeah.
Why has he got a short all-pike? Come on, I hope that's
There's not much advantageous points to be said.
It's handy. Like, it is pretty handy. Like, it's not bad from horseback. Like, it's pretty good. I've seen some Cav use it very well, but the long is just absolute devastation.
Yeah. It's also you limit yourself to just the supporting stuff, right? Because really in a 1v1 Cav fight you don't want to be playing with a short all-pike, I believe, because it's just shorter than a regular lance.
Yeah, I mean you can't do that same kind of harassment on enemy Cav can you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
We'll see. I mean, it was a quick restart next time. I mean, do you think Rodox have an advantage, or was it the class setup, or what?
I think it was a combination of both, really. I think Senate played it well. They had the right setup, in my opinion. Going for the 5 imp is the right choice. But then also just played it well, really, from especially like the infantry. Gibby seemed to be shining. The other ones didn't do badly either.
I'm thinking they will do a 4-2-2 again, Birds of Hermes, because that's what they like to do.
Yeah, I guess it would make sense. Look at their players. Yeah, I think missing Black Devil, for example, they might hurt them now in this set. Having too many archers who have to switch to infantry might not be ideal.
I mean, they're not bad though, are they? Like, most of these are pretty solid inf, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
It's like, I mean, Puff the Dragon and Gibby, yeah, they're very, very good infantry. Top tier infantry. But, I mean, the rest of the Zenit guys are good infantry, but they're not, like, it's not unbeatable for these Birds of Hermes guys.
No, definitely not. I just feel like, though, like switching a lot from one class to another during the match is also not exactly throwing you off, but I don't know, there's always this kind of like groove that you get into once you've played like a couple of rounds, and then you're just really comfortable on the class playing it. Maybe that's taken away a bit when you switch a lot. I'm not really a well-known cross-class player, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I haven't cross-classed in like 7 years or something, so can't tell you either. Both teams are ready though, so I can tell you that.
But as I said, really, like, at least from my personal experience, you take maybe 1 or 2 rounds to really get settled into the match, and then you're good to go. So that's kind of why I admire even these cross classes, because for me, I'm not sure if I would be doing well if I was constantly switching class.
I know I wouldn't. It's hard.
I guess it's a
hard
skill
enough.
too, right? Just quickly changing mindset to the new class you're playing is good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think it generally means chances are you're less likely to be right at the top tier if you're changing classes. I mean, there's a couple who can, right? But it's a limit. It's a very small pool of players who are good enough to do that.
I mean, it's just kind of logical, even in a way, right? If you have a certain amount of time and you spend that all playing one class or splitting that up to play 2 or 3 classes, I think, unless there's like a significant difference in talent, that the player playing that class more should be better than the player playing that class less.
Here we go. So Birds of Hermes pushing in here, and the infantry fight breaks out. And they've got 5 infantry actually. I just noticed they have dropped one of the crossbows, so I think it's the right decision. But they're taking a lot of damage here. Theodoras picks up a kill. Zazu goes down, and it's back and forth again. Rod of Lothlorien, he picks up a kill on Theodoras there, and they're going to need to win this fight over here, I think. Aranak picks up a kill on Mandigo. Meldo takes up a kill. Griffin, he's dead. Gibby with a huge double kill there, and he's so dangerous on this map.
Going for the 2-hander, that's really good.
Got the bastard sword, I think.
3rd kill for him.
Great work from Gibby. Huge triple kill. Meldo gets one back, but it's going to be a pretty hard one to win that, I think.
Yeah, just Aerohawk left.
Puff the Dragon
yeah, again,
with the
huge round by Gibby there with the bastard sword. Did a lot of work in that round.
Yeah, it's pretty
Did
hard.
a lot of important kills. Yeah.
It's not a man you want running at you, really, with a bastard sword out. And then Puff the Dragon didn't want him running at him either, but there we go. Gibby with 4 kills in a round. Well, 5 if you include Puff.
Bloodlust, that is.
And Bo. Oh, I've got these the wrong way around. Bo need to stop the rot now. They've lost a lot of.
Oh, Jonah! Wow.
Didn't catch that on stream, and that's not good at all. They need to stop this. They've lost a lot of rounds in a row now.
That is especially rough because they seem so determined to push in there and try to catch Senate, but it turns out it was them who got caught.
Fallen warrior with a bolt in his head.
Tough times for him.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That's just really the pressure that beast archers like Yona, Pepper, many others can put out. It's just you constantly have to be aware of where they are, what they're looking at, really. Otherwise, you're dead.
Yeah, the archers on both sides have done so well, but particularly the Senate guys are just applying so much pressure.
So many early kills, right? Even on the open map.
Yeah, and it's so hard to win like a round when you're 1 or 2 people down. Like it's really difficult,
Yeah.
and it's happened a lot. And Griffin here, he's got the pike. I think that's the right decision. I just don't know, like, if having that man down is going to be too impactful, because I think they could make this work. And they're just sneaking them through, and I don't like this at all. Backs to the walls, fight breaks out, and here's the pike. Now you could see this pike do a lot of work. Gibby's trying to shut him down. Bo takes out Cobra. Max goes down though. Oh, Gibby goes down. Zazu with a lovely getting help from the Cav there, and Zazu going straight back into the fight. Cav gets dismounted. Mandingo's down. Senate looking in a bit of trouble though. Hippo pulls one back. Meldo needs to get a kill in that pass. Erelak lovely killed on a reared Hepatitis, and here they come. 5v4. They're very low, the Senate guys, but a few of these bow guys are very low as well. Oh, look at that bump stab. Mikkeler is in the form of his life, and he's got a longie as well. Knocks him over.
One off. Brutal, yeah.
Yeah, great work from Mikkeler.
Yeah, he was the last Cav to stay up there, and then the fights just all turned out to be split off 1v1s, and then that's really where Cav shine on close maps. They
Yeah,
can support so quickly, so easily.
And Meldo as well, doing great work. Erelak as well. He's been very consistent throughout this match, Erelak, in kind of keeping the scoreboard ticking over, making sure things are even, just like picking up kills when it really matters.
Definitely, yeah. Him and Meldo have those two guys who have always like got those really crucial kills in to like stop the snowball. Really, like maybe one of them goes down, they instantly get a kill back. It's really good to see.
They kind of face off here. Hopefully the flag will spawn behind one of them. It has to. And they're both kind of banking on it being them, but it is Birds of Hermes. Theodoros, though, he's taken another big hit. Pretty rough.
See how Santa take this. It's gonna be difficult for them.
Yeah, Griffin's kind of stationed over there with a pike. I kind of like it when the pike's in the fight. Yona is pushing all the way around the back now, and Griffin will have to vacate that position. And I hope he's facing the right way. I think Mikkeler might have spotted it, so he's going to be fine. And they're just waiting for Yona to get into position before they push the Senate guys.
They should really just be pushing Senate now. They've seen the split, should really push immediately.
Yeah,
because if
But I think they're worried because Erelak's like can't help, and Griffin gets caught changing weapons. Fight breaks out. All the imp have met up, but Meldo with a team kill on a low Theodoros who got shot early in the round. The fight continues. Mandingo picks up Griffin, and all the kills flying in now for the Senate with Mikkeler, Meldo, Zazu, Max all going down. And one back round for the Senate, and they pull it back, and they're on match point now.
It's fantastic, really. Matches so back and forth. Two quality teams going at it.
Just a great map to choose, match to choose to stream, I think, really.
Definitely, man. You shown again. You know a lot about the game. Always have a golden hand, so to say, when picking these matches.
Shout out for the IG Sundays, by the way. It's a little initiative we got going. Me and Ronwin been trying to put it together. So if you want to get back to the good old days of IG Battlegrounds and all the fun we used to have back in the day, every Sunday, 2 PM, get on there.
Definitely show up there, guys. Yeah, I played that myself today. It's just quality, really. Makes you realize how much you miss IG Battlegrounds.
Until you get headshot a lot, and you have to chase people around in circles for 30 minutes. But you know, it's all fun and games.
Oh, you have people standing up on Sandy Bush graveyard wall. Yeah.
Yep, Yona just headshot me, stood on the graveyard wall. Yep, I had PTSD. That Vietnam War veteran. Mikkeler, very aggressive, absolute bonkers from him there, but he survives. He's got a real knack of surviving, but he's been out of the fight a while now, and here he comes. What can he get done? Comes in, oh, huge work by him there. Griffin picks up a kill as well. Cobra's down, and the important players for the Senate are still up, and they need to shut them down, because the Senate have dangerous Hippo trying to get work done though. The spaces are so small. Meldo's quite isolated, takes a big hit there. Oh, Yona picks up a kill. Meldo picks up a kill on Mandingo. Erelak's kind of stuck in the corner. Oh, Theodoros kills Frod. And it's looking pretty good at the moment. Griffin kills Gibby. And there we go. It really is neck and neck, this. And
Yeah, unless the Senate guys pull off a miracle now, I think they've lost this round.
You're right.
And then it's
I
gone.
was acting like it was finished, but it's not quite finished because they've got plenty of players who can do work. It does look a bit messy, doesn't it? Parkovic secures it there. He was the man you'd think, Puff the Dragon, in that kind of melee fight. He could have got the work done. And lovely little double hit there by Yona to pick up a kill, but it shouldn't matter.
See what he can do.
Lovely stun work, and Bo, they're very focused on kind of teamwork and having these different class setups. So I've been quite impressed with them.
Down to the last round we are now.
We are. Shame there's no Winterberg. We could ask him to do an unofficial Winterberg.
Not sure if the loser would be up for that.
No, perhaps not. And Bo kind of moving in. They're going to take this position, which usually belongs to the Senate kind of team. The Senate going all the way around. I think this is
Meldo's
pretty good
really
for Bo.
tanked. I just went through the plays. I think Meldo and one of the and Yona are the only ones who actually got any tank going on.
Meldo, he's a knight of the Rodok rebellion. Betrayed King Harlaus.
That might actually make a difference, really. Like you're gonna take at least like one hit more, maybe two.
No, and it's just like the intimidation factor of like, I've got this many kills. Like, don't mess with me.
Man. Definitely.
But I don't think Gibby and Puff the Dragon and the rest of the Senate Imp will be too worried.
Maybe not too impressed
About that.
Let's see. Birds of Hermes got the flag. Senate is approaching it.
We're engaging Gibby Cam for this last round. See what we can do. It's a really important round this, and both teams kind of really looking for a win here. Senate need a win to get their campaign off to a good start, and they struggled in that first week. Whereas Bo, I mean, if they get the win here, they're looking in pretty good shape for the rest of the season until the knockout stages.
Definitely, yeah, I agree. I'm really impressed with Birds of Hermes. Like they're playing it super solid throughout.
And here they come, Gibby throwing himself into the lion's jaws. He's very outnumbered here. And he's pushed right in, and here we go. He's trying to apply pressure on that shield, but they've got two Imp, and yeah, Gibby peels away because he knows they have to shut down that guy. Mikele picks up kill, and it's all falling apart
Double
here.
kill for Mikele.
Hrod gets the kill back though. They really need the infantry to start getting kills. Cobra, he's in all sorts of trouble though. Griffin kills him, and Gibby does get a kill, but look at them. They're backed into a corner. Just four of them left. And Hrod takes a big hit. Aralat picks up Gibby. Aralat picks up a lovely double kill there. He was outnumbered, but he didn't give a damn. And Hrod goes down to Meldo. And Yona, I mean, he gets kills, but it's too little too late. As I keep saying, I've realised. Yona goes down to Griffin, who didn't do too bad himself, picking up 5 for 3. And a nice victory there for Bo in an extremely close match.
GG, yeah, definitely. Great match. Fantastic play from both teams.
You think man of the match?
For me, Mikele, like he's been crucial that last round. He had a lot of good rounds earlier. I think he's the man of the match.
Him or Meldo, but I'll
yeah, Meldo's up too. Definitely.
I think I probably agree. We'll give it to Mikele. I mean, what do you think went wrong then for in that last set for the Senate?
I think the way how the five sort of played out was that Senate pushed into the spawn of Rodox, and sort of they got cut off some of their players. Yona, for example, was still shooting from the staircase. He couldn't really help there in the fight. So yeah, I think Rodox just lured them in a bit too much there. They sort of followed them into the rabbit hole and then got caught. Really.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Have you got any last words? Anything you want to say to the thousands watching?
The thousands, the millions. Not really now, just thank you for having me. Everyone go check out IG Battlegrounds every Sunday. Would be nice to get it populated again. And yeah, just have a good tournament in general and enjoy the game.
All right, cheers. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Take care.